guys, I am sitting on my front porch right now by our cute little new raised beds that we put in. I didn't film a video on that, but it was just a fun little side project that we did. But I wanted to give you guys a little plant haul. We went to the Asheville Herb Fest this morning. We spent most of our day there. And since we got home at like 4 p.m., I have been prepping for space to put these guys in the cottage garden because it still needed a little work. But I thought it'd be fun to show you what we got because we got 3 trays worth of stuff. And then I'll show you the stuff I've been prepping. This is going to be probably a quicker video, but in case you're interested in my plant haul, here it is. Alright, I'm not going to pick this tray up. I guess I'll show you. I'm just going to pick them up one by one. So one of my tomatoes broke going in, and I do have extras, but I thought it would be a fun opportunity to give myself a reason to pick out a different variety at the Herb Fest that I didn't already have growing. I actually got 2 varieties that I wasn't growing and I've never grown before. Because I have a couple extra raised beds, I'm going to do one in the greenhouse and one I have in the duck run for like a little duck garden that the chickens will partially be able to access some of the fruits off of, just for a little bit of enrichment, because why not? So this is a white currant tomato, I believe, and they're just like tiny little currant spoon tomatoes. They're like teeny tiny little tomatoes. Thought this one was fun. This is a huge plant. These are all really cheap as well, like super affordable. Then the other one I got for my actual garden to replace one that broke is I got Tommy Toe little cherry tomato. This one's a smaller plant, but I'm very excited. So I'm actually probably gonna plant that tonight because all the tomatoes and peppers are already planted out, which is crazy because it's not even May. Okay, the next thing I got was a white, and it's like a yellow and white cream marigold. It doesn't have any flowers on it yet, but I'll try and show you once it is blooming. I got this fun Empress of India nasturtium. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but these are like dark green and purple leaves. I have a lot of nasturtiums that I started this year, but that one was pretty. Okay, I lied. I found 2 more tomatoes. These ones were ones Taylor picked out. So he wanted Mr. Stripey, and this one is Aunt Ruby's green. This one is like one of those really big heirloom tomatoes, and it's like green and yellow striped, and it looks really cool. And I thought it would be cool to make fried green tomatoes out of it. I'm not sure how it's gonna taste when it's like ripe, but seemed interesting. Next, we got 2 plain old tobacco plants. I think they're gonna have really pretty flowers. I just thought it would be cool. These get really tall. They'll be neat to put in the cottage garden. This next thing is a big pot. This is one of the things I had on my list to look for when we were there because I saw some of the vendors had these on like one of their spotlight posts on Instagram. So this is an Alex Fleming peony, and I've never grown peonies before. This has a bud blossom on it, and I'm very excited for this. I've wanted to grow peonies. They're one of my favorite flowers forever. And I've just never gotten around to it, never had the capacity to do so. So I splurged on that. That one was 30 bucks, but it's already gonna flower, and I'm just really, really excited. I'm so excited to be able to focus on the cottage garden more this year because I have a little bit more capacity since our house is at a much less stressful point this year. And the garden is just easier to plant in general because it's on its 3rd year. A lot of the other stuff we got was herbs, but we did get some flowers. So the next tray, this one's quite full. We got this wild and crazy marjoram. So these were like buy 15. If you get 15, 2 of them are free. They were only like $4. All of these plants I'm about to show you in this tray. So sweet marjoram, oreganum, I don't know. I've never smelled anything quite like this. It smells kind of like Christmas. It's like a sweet Christmas scent. I always thought it smelled more like oregano, but I've never smelled one that smells that good. And then we got a lemon thyme. We got a silver dollar eucalyptus. I started a bunch of eucalyptus and it was doing really well, and then I got sick for a month, and that's one of the things that really suffered. I think I still have a couple of them alive in the greenhouse, but they're still like teeny tiny, so who knows if they'll survive. Then we got a cinnamon basil plant. A lot of these are things that I'm thinking like I can collect seeds from them, or they're perennials and they'll come back next year. So cinnamon basil is something I would like to allow the seeds to drop and let it reseed, or collect seeds. It's so good. Taylor said he wants to try and make a like cinnamon basil old fashioned with this. That was his main reason for wanting it, and I think that sounds delicious. Oh, this is like pineapple sage. Nice big plant. We always get this from the store, but this one's a brighter green color than the ones they usually sell at the big box stores here, so I thought it was pretty. I'm sure it'll have the same color like red flowers on it, which I really enjoy. Then this one is lemon verbena. These plants are so beautiful. Like, this is the best place I've ever been to. It was absolutely magical. So lemon verbena, this would be really nice to use in tea or soap, I think. Then we got apple mint. I have been hearing More Than Farmers talk about apple mint since they started their channel. And since we moved here, I've been on a mission to collect all of the mints I possibly can that I enjoy. And there are so many kinds. Today there was I think berries and cream, banana mint, orange mint, pear mint. We didn't get all of them because some of them didn't smell that good to me, but apple mint smells amazing. Okay, next we have some flowers. They had $4 dahlia plants, and they were really pretty. I didn't get one with open blooms on it, but this is Salmon Novation, I think. And you can see the purplish pink color that it's gonna be, and I think it's gonna be really pretty. The next thing is I got some daisies because I thought these would be really good to put in the cottage garden to reseed themselves or save seeds from. And this one, it doesn't show up on camera how it looks in person. It's way darker in person, but look how pretty this is. Like, even on camera it looks gorgeous, but it's even darker in person. Love it. I love the like deep purple things, and then the really like peachy bright pink things as far as flowers go. The next one I got is, oh, that one came out of its pot. Those things are ready to go in the ground. The next thing I got is a lilac margarita daisy. Again, this one doesn't show up exactly how it looks in person, but it's a brighter purple. Super pretty. I love the purple center. I'm so excited to put these in the cottage garden. I got a hidden dragon zinnia, which I do not need more zinnias. I have so many zinnia seeds, but I tried to get some specialty ones this year to kind of start putting them in strategically in specific locations so I can have these bouquets of like really interesting ones, and then I have like the standard mixes of them just spread everywhere else. And I'm curious to see like how the cross-pollination goes over time, and like what changes that makes having these like interesting ones. So this is Hidden Dragon, and it's light pink on the outside with like a really hot pink center. They're really pretty. Again, very ready to go in the ground. Okay, the next thing, I got 2 of these, and they're kind of janky, I'm not gonna lie, but they were $4, and I have faith that I can make them into something beautiful. These really wonky little, really wonky giant rosemary shrub. I wouldn't call this a shrub, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, we're gonna try planting these. I'm gonna put one in the hugelkultur bed. I think the cottage garden is still lacking a little bit of drainage for these because my rosemary never survives down there. So I might try planting one in sand down there, like pour some sand in the hole. My friend Red told me that she had to do that in her soil. We'll see. It's pretty clayey down there still, but I'm gonna plant one in a pot or one in the hugelkultur bed, and either the other one in the pot or down in the cottage garden as like a sacrifice one to see if it works. This one's missing its label. I don't remember what kind of mint this is. It's one of the ones from the big section that we got all the flowers in. what mint we got over there? Was it lime or lemon?
We did get a lime mint.
Okay, I think it's lime mint then. Taylor's over here about to go mow.
I gotta lace my boots.
Okay, so standard mint plant. I wish you could smell it, but we don't have smell-o-vision. Okay, lastly from this little booth is Chocolate Cosmo. And these are different than normal cosmos. They're like a smaller plant and they're really hard to germinate. Again, there's not any like actual blooms on this, but they're a really dark chocolatey color and I thought it was cool. So I got Red and I both an anise hyssop, which is an herbal plant and also a really pretty flower, and I think they're perennial. I can't remember honestly, but one of these would go in the cottage garden, one I'm gonna give to Red. I got a little German chamomile. I grew this 2 years ago, our first year here, and I haven't been able to get it to sprout since for some reason, so I'm gonna try and direct sow that again, but we'll see if it comes up. I think it might be a little bit too late to do it this year. I'm hoping to get this established as like a little patch so I don't have to re-sow it every year. I got a comfrey plant. Again, I'm trying to build up my medicinal herb and flowers and whatnot in the cottage garden. We might have gotten 2 apple mints. I don't know, they kind of smell different. I don't know, this is a mint of some sort. I'll have to figure it out. And then this is the berries and cream mint. This one's pretty wily, but they all smell amazing. We got mint julep. Julep mint, I guess. This one's really, really strong. In a good way. And we got mountain mint. There's so many mints. I forgot how many mints we got. This one's really cool. It's a native to our location.
It's not really like mint, is it?
It's like a mild mint scent.
Well, yeah, it's like...
I think it's a different kind of plant than mint, yeah. And then this is do you remember the name of this lavender? It was just like a curly lavender.
Yeah, I don't remember the variety.
I don't know the variety of this. I can try and look it up, but it's got these curly little edges on the leaves. And they're really cute. And it's very soft and fuzzy. Taylor liked this one, so we got that one. And then lastly, I think, oh wait, there's one more thing after this. This one is marshmallow. Again, a medicinal situation. We went to one of the classes that was happening there. They did free classes this morning, or I think they're doing them for the whole thing, but we went to one of them this morning. We got up early and went at the beginning of this thing, and it was on how to grow and process your own tea. And so I think Red Sun Farm is the company that did the class, and they were selling these tea plants. So we got some tea camellia plants, and they came in these cute little test tube looking pots. It was really cool. But we plan to eventually have a little mini tea grove, I guess, up on a part of our property that's currently all Bradford pears and is not cleared whatsoever, and it's untamed completely. So it's gonna be really cool someday. These take years to grow, but we're gonna plant these ones, I think, by the cottage garden to try and get the hang of it, and then we'll eventually get more and plant them up in that spot once we get it a little bit more tamed. I'm excited about these though.
I am too. I've had that idea for a couple of years now.
I know, we mentioned it in I think our 1-year anniversary video. But we're still thinking about it, still trying to make progress on that, but it's cool to have something physical to hold towards that goal. Before Taylor turns the lawnmower on, I'm going to show you what I've been working on since we got home. It's just a little area in the cottage garden to put those in, at least temporarily. Hey duckies! Okay, so it's pretty weedy down here. I need to weed whack and do some maintenance, but the veggie garden has been my priority to this point. However, we're ahead this year since we had an early last frost, so I can actually spend some time dedicated to this. So we previously had our little mini tree nursery moved down here. I moved all those buckets besides this one out of the way and put them up next to the greenhouse. And I dumped any of the empty ones dirt here. I've been weeding in here. Hey Belle, you wanna say hi? No. And yeah, I'm getting it ready so I can kind of plant all the stuff that we got in here. I might have to use the auger thing on the drill and go down into this a bit because it's still pretty shallow. But the goal is to get all the way around, get this weeded, remulched and cardboarded and whatnot. It was almost 90 degrees today, and I know this isn't anything wild and crazy, super cool, but this is what I've been working on the last couple of hours. And it feels nice. I'm excited to have hopefully a pretty cottage garden this year. And my plan is to just kind of add these perennials and things that will reseed every year, just a little bit at a time. And this year especially, the rest of the space that doesn't get filled in with those things that I bought or things that have been gifted to me, because our friends did a plant swap with us, so we got some other stuff to pop in here too. I'm just gonna sow like zinnias in the rest of it this year. As long as there's flowers there, I don't really care what they are, and I'll just slowly keep adding more perennials and medicinals and make it this really cool space eventually. All right guys, Taylor's gonna be mowing for the next while because he's gotta mow like the whole property. And I'm gonna get back to working on this. So I just wanted to show you my little plant haul, show you the status update on this, and say I'm excited for the growing season. I hope that you're excited for garden tours and more garden stuff coming up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite plant that I got was, or maybe let me know what you think I should get for the cottage garden next. I think that would be really helpful and interesting to hear. So see you in the next one, guys. Bye.